Hey guys, this is JackoBuddy with BreakBlock.org again, coming at you now with part 4 of the Game Maker tutorial series that we've been doing with our game Maze Man. Now, if you're just tuning into this and you haven't seen the first 3 parts, I do recommend that you go back and start from the beginning, as each tutorial video is a progression of the previous one. But if you are following along and you're now on this part, then we're going to continue working on our Maze Man project that we've been working on from past videos, where we have our little maze man and he does all of his little runnings around the maze and all that fun stuff. So what I'm thinking we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and make both a way to win and a way to lose in our game, because what's a game if you just run around the screen and do nothing else? So we're going to make it a little bit of a challenge, and then we're going to give a player a way to win. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do for that is we're going to need to make a new sprite. So let's see. I'm going to go and save our room, and we're going to make a new sprite. And remember, you can either do that by right-clicking on sprites or clicking the little Pac-Man button at the top. And we're going to call this SPR Spikes Right. And so you're going to do edit, and you're going to do a new frame. I went over the whole editor in part 1, so again, if you're not familiar on how to use it, then you can go back and check out part 1, but we're going to go ahead and move a little quicker today for those that have already kind of understood how things work on here. So let's see, let's kind of do like that, and like that, and we'll come up and do another spike, and we're going to come back down and do like that, and then and I've never been exactly the best guy in terms of graphics, but for the sake of our tutorial, this should be more than acceptable, I would think. You're welcome to make your trap look however you want, and all that. You don't have to necessarily mimic me. I like spikes. Spikes are good classic video game obstacles to worry about. Go ahead and do a little shading so things look a little better on the screen. We're gonna hit OK. Okay, and okay. And remember, if you need a few minutes to finish up your spikes, then you can always pause this video and then resume whenever you're ready. But I'm going to go ahead now, since mine's ready, and create a new object. And we're going to call it obj spikes right. If I can type today, or any day. So we're going to pick our spikes right, and hit OK. We're going to open up our room. I like turning off the grid because the grid drives me crazy. And we can put our spikes right there. And I don't know, we can put some spikes right there, even though I don't think it's even physically possible for your character to get there. It still kind of helps with the whole appearance of the level. So there's two sets of spikes. Now, before they're going to do anything, we're going to have to program them. So we're going to go and hit OK. And we're going to open up our object player, which is our main player character in the game, and we're going to add a new event. And in this case, you want to have it to where when you hit the spikes, you lose. So we're going to go ahead and do a collision, and we're going to do it with object spikes right. And now we got to make it do something when you collide with the spikes right. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and go to our main 2 tab, and then under the game section, you should have a little button that looks like that. It says end game. We're going to place one of those. And also another thing we can do. Let's see if I can ever remember where anything in Game Maker is. You'll probably end up like me, clicking through. I was right next to there we go. Okay. So we're going to drag that in and do it first. And it's called display a message. Does exactly what you think. So we're going to have a display message and say game over. 3 exclamation marks for dramaticness. Hit OK. We're going to save our game and we're going to run it. Nice and quick and easy, a little optical. Let everything compile. Okay, and here's our game. So I can bring our character over here. We can go up here. I'm going to hit our spikes. Boom. Game over. Okay, and the game ends. So now we have a way to lose. Another thing that we can do here is we can right click on our sprites right and do duplicate. And we're going to call it SPR underscore spikes left. And do edit. And we're going to do transform. And we're going to do mirror slash flip. And mirror horizontally. And you can mirror vertically if you want, but I'm just going to do horizontally in this case since my shading is at the bottom. This is always checked by default. That only matters if you have an animation, but we'll go ahead and leave it checked. And hit OK. Select our image. You can hit OK. OK. Now, you can also select your spikes right object, right click, duplicate. And we can do obj spikes left. Click this down, select the new sprite, hit OK. Open our player object. Take the event itself. You can also duplicate the event, collision with spikes left. And as you can see, it automatically carried over our game over message, our end game, to the spikes left. Being able to duplicate sprites, objects, and events is really nice in GameMaker. It helps you, you know, just move a lot faster. You don't have to retype a bunch of redundant code. You can just get things moving. So we can put a spike. Oh, I don't know. Where does it get a spot for that kind of spike? And you can put it right there. And so hit OK. Save the game. Run it. And it's going to take a minute to compile. Alright. So we can run our character over here, run it down here. And you could just go straight up into it, but for the sake of displaying, I didn't want to just hit up and immediately get a game over screen. And there it is, game over. So our other spikes work now as well. Perfect. So, and you can do the same thing for up and down spikes. I'm probably going to go ahead and do that between this tutorial and the next one, but there's no point of me sitting here doing the same process again and again and again in front of you. You should more or less understand how that works by now. So now what we need to do is create a way to win. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do another new sprite, SPR exit, and create a new sprite, and ooh, I don't know, let's do yellow, and I am literally just making this up as I go along. I find things are more fun that way. Though if you ever do a long program, then you're going to definitely want to do some planning, but you know, in a simpler program like this, sometimes just kind of getting on and doing it is the fun way to do it. So there we go. There's a little end crystal, I suppose. Okay, okay, okay. GameMaker asks a lot of okays. Now, make a new object. And we're going to call it obj exit. And assign the sprite. And hit OK. And we'll go ahead and we'll place it right there. Looks like a fun spot. In fact, just for the sake of drama, I'm going to do like that. And we'll do a pair of spikes right there. So you better hope this exit works, because if it doesn't work, then you're hitting the spikes. And then we got to program our player. And we'll do add event. We'll do a collision. And we'll have it be with object exit. Main 2. Show message. And we'll do you win 3 exclamation marks for drama. And we'll go ahead and end the game. So it's really similar to our game over message and all for now, except it says you win and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and run our game. And it compiles and it pops up. And we move down here. We move over here. Move up here. We move over here. Down here again. Do a nice little spiral around our level. And boom, you win. Well, that was nice and easy. That's a few ways you can make some obstacles. That's probably where I'm going to leave this tutorial. It's a little shorter than a normal tutorial, but I'm hoping you'll take some time to play with this. Between this video and the next one, I'm going to go ahead and make an up and down spike as well. I recommend that you go ahead and do the same, if for nothing else for practice, but also if you want to follow along with the finished game. I want to have spikes in all 4 directions. And then next tutorial, we're going to start looking at making a few more systems, maybe like some little coins you have to pick up before the door will open at the exit. So you have to get all the little items. And then maybe some moving obstacles as well, which is a little more difficult, but it's still not very complex. So we're going to look at doing that next tutorial. Like I said, in the meantime, go ahead and play with everything. And for tutorials like this and other tutorials on other software and more Game Maker tutorials, not necessarily by me, you can check out our website, breakblock.org. And also you can email me with the email that is on the screen, though kind of hard to see. I'm going to go ahead and grab that, move it down here. There we go. Right there, JackoBuddy@breakblock.org. You can send me an email with questions, or if you have requests of things you'd like to see in the future videos, go ahead and send me an email. But until next time, happy programming.